Welcome back to another mindful mat, and in this session we're going to be looking at the front line of your body, so helping to open up the tightness in chest and shoulders, to help stretch out the lower ribs so it's easier to breathe, and even stretch out the front of the legs, the hips and the ankles. So for this session all you're going to need is a really comfy cushion to lie on. When you're ready, come down onto the mat and lay with the cushion behind the back of the ribs. And before you go any further, just check in and make sure that you do feel really comfortable, even if you are in an extended position, extension of the upper back. Just take a moment to see if you feel like you could be comfortable exercising in this position. If not, swap your pillow, your cushion out for a pillow or a folded towel, anything where you feel comfortable, because that's the most important thing with this. And then stretch both your legs out, so we start to lengthen through the front of the hips and the abdominals and the thighs. And if you can, see if you can point the toes away from you. So again, we're starting to stretch out through the front of those ankles. And then interlace the hands and place them behind the back of the head. And just bring your elbows up so you can see them in the corners of your eyes. From here, slowly begin to open the elbows out and see how far you can open them out to. You may even be able to go to the floor, which is our goal if possible. And then slowly bring the elbows back up, just so they're pointing to the ceiling. Inhale as you open the arms, open the elbows, and exhale, return. As you do this, try to send your breath right down into the bottom of the ribs, so that you're really getting the rib cage to expand, as well as the front of the chest and shoulders. And we breathe in. And exhale, bring the elbows in and relax into your cushion, your pillow, your towel, whatever you're using. As you're doing this, also bring your focus to your shoulders. We want to make sure they're not shrugged up around the ears, that they're nice and relaxed. You may notice that you have more range in one arm than the other, so try your best to make it even. Let's do one more. Inhale, open the elbows out. And exhale. Bring them now just so they're in your peripheral vision, so not necessarily pointing to the ceiling, just in the corners of your eyesight. And what we're going to do is a tiny lift of the upper body. So this is not just the head and chin. I want you to lift the whole of the upper body as one. So we will need a little bit of abdominal, a little bit of pelvic floor. So I want you to think about drawing up through the pelvic floor, a gentle squeeze inside the pelvis, as if you needed to pee and you were gently holding on. And then a drawing in at the belly button as if to meet the pelvic floor. And then try to pick the head up very carefully. So let the head feel heavy in the hands. Feel as though those abdominal muscles are helping to lever you up. And you're just lifting an inch off the mat, so you're still looking at the ceiling, and then slowly lower back down, just touching the floor before we gently squeeze those muscles in and lift and lower. We're going to breathe in, exhale, gently squeeze and lift. And inhale there. And exhale, lift. And inhale out. Inhale lower, exhale, lift. So what we're trying to do here is just create a little tiny bit of activation down the front of our body, but not enough that it feels like a core workout. It's just a connecting. It's also helping to mobilize that thoracic that can get very stiff and tight, and then that affects our ability to open up the front of the chest. Good. Finish the one you're on, and now allow the head to relax down. Take the arms away and just reach them up to the ceiling for me, and then just let the shoulders kind of drop down into the mat. So obviously, because we've got the cushion under us, it's a little bit further than normal, and that's what we want. We want to create that width across the front of the chest. And then just check in with those feet, make sure they're still pointing away if it's comfortable. If not, just let them relax. Turn the palms so they're facing the feet, and then reach the right arm overhead and the left arm down by your side, and just take a moment to really stretch through those arms. And then from here, we're going to circle the arms around. So the right arm is going to go out to the side, the left arm is going to come up to the side. And as you come into the T position, the right palm is going to start to turn down and the left palm is going to start to turn up. We continue round. So now the right arm is down by our hip, the left arm is up overhead. And then we bring the arms back up to where we started, and the palms should still be facing your feet. So let's go again. So we go right arm overhead, left arm down by your side. Start to circle the arms round. The right palm turns down, the left palm turns up. We keep circling. And then we bring those arms back to the start, and both palms should be facing the feet. Let's go one more time in this direction, reaching right arm overhead, left arm down. Circle round, right palm turns down, left palm turns up. We keep circling. And then we return. Now we're going to reverse it. So the right arm goes back down, the left arm reaches overhead. The same thing, only this time the left palm turns down, the right palm turns up as we circle and return. And stretch. Right arm down, left arm up. Circle, right palm up, left palm down. And return. And on this last one, just try and focus on those shoulders a little bit as you circle around, keeping those shoulders in their sockets, keeping them down the back. And return. Good. And then from here, just interlace the fingertips. Turn the palms towards the ceiling, just have a little stretch through those arms. And then just reach them overhead. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Just feel that lovely stretch all the way down the front of your body, reaching through the toes, pressing away through those palms. If that's uncomfortable on your wrists or your hands, just stretch with the arms separated. And then release your fingertips and bring your arms back over. And then just roll onto the side. Take that cushion away. Pop it out the way. Okay, so bring your arms down by your sides, pull your legs in and have your feet on the mat. And then we're going to do some pelvic curls. Now normally I would have your palms turned down, but because we're trying to open the front of the body today, I want you to actually turn your palms up if it's comfortable for you to do so. If not, keep them turned down. And then feel how this kind of opens the shoulders, and we're trying to press the whole back of the shoulders into the mat and widen across the front of your collarbone. And then from here, starting with a nice neutral pelvis, with the legs hip socket distance apart, We're going to curl the pelvis towards us. We're going to imprint that lower back. We're going to gently press into the feet and peel the spine off the mat, coming up into your bridge. Now just pause here for me for a moment. I want you to feel all 10 toes on the mat. Feel grounded through your heels. Feel that your knees haven't opened out, that they are about a fist width distance apart. And I want you to push away through those knees, lengthening through the front of the thighs. See if you can give me a little more tuck of your pelvis to open up the front of those hips. And now we're going to slowly roll back down. So basically what I'm trying to get you to do is in that bridge, really think about lengthening away through the knees, all the way through the front of your body. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, curl the pelvis towards you, press into the feet, lift those hips, keep tucking and pushing away through those knees. Widen that collarbone, breathe in, exhale, rolling down. 2 more. Breathe into that neutral position. Exhale, curl the pelvis, peel the spine, lift the hips, keep tucking, pressing through those knees. Inhale, exhale, rolling down. We're going to do 1 more deep breath into neutral. Exhale, curl the pelvis, peel the spine, lift those hips, pressing through the knees. 10 toes on the floor. Breathe in. And exhale, slowly rolling back down. And then turn your palms down at the end. And then from here, carefully roll onto your side. And just lift up onto your elbow. Make sure the elbow is directly under your shoulder. And then just grab, if you can, the ankle of your top leg. I'm going to show an adaptation in a second if this isn't comfortable for you. We're going to go into a quad stretch. So I want you to gently pull the leg back. And then if it's comfortable, squeeze the heel in towards the buttock and tuck your pelvis and then hold it there. If you've had an arthroscopy on the knee or knee surgery or knee replacement, it's not going to like that. So if you can grab the foot, then just keep the heel away from the buttock and instead press into the hand, but also tuck the pelvis, the same stretch. And if that isn't comfortable on the knee or you can't reach the foot, then all you do instead is just pull the leg behind you and let it rest on the floor. And then everybody lift the chest. Everybody tuck that pelvis a little bit more. Feel it opening through the front of the body. And release. Come up to sitting. Now, as you come up to sitting, so this bottom leg was bent, you're just going to bring yourself forwards. And this top leg is just going to sit in front of that bottom leg. If this feels uncomfortable on the hip or the knee, just pop a little cushion under there to give you some support. And then opposite hand to leg goes underneath. Opposite hand to leg goes underneath. And then with your free arm, reach it out in front of you. And I just want you to scoop around as if you were going to cuddle your shoulder. And then you're going to turn, reaching behind you. Osteoporosis spines, just be careful you don't go to your end range. Everybody else, I want you to feel as though you're going further and further into that twist as far as you can go. Reaching through those fingertips. And then we circle back round as if cuddling our shoulder. We breathe in, we rotate back, we stretch, we open, we exhale, cuddle round. One more, breathing in. And exhale. Good. Now we're going to do half of this exercise. So I want you to all open up once again. And then this time, let that back arm just float down to the floor. Pull on this thigh that you're holding to try and get even more length through the spine, and just feel that width across the front of the chest. Now, if you can hold that without holding onto the leg, just now take away that hand. Don't change anything, but just extend that arm so we get that full stretch across the front of the chest and down the fronts of those arms. 3, 2, 1, and we come back. From here, we switch onto the other side. So back down onto the elbow, elbow under shoulder, both legs bent. If you can, grab the top leg, holding that ankle, pull the knee back, squeeze the heel to the buttock, tuck your pelvis to get that quad stretch. If you have a knee issue on this side, then keep the leg open but holding the ankle, push into the hand, tuck the pelvis. If that's still uncomfortable, let go of the foot and just rest the leg behind you and tuck the pelvis. Hold here, whichever position you're in. Keep tucking, lift that chest. 3, 2, 1. We come up to sitting. Top leg goes in front of bottom leg. We adjust so you're sitting as much on your bottom as you can. If you need to, pop a cushion under that bottom leg to support the knee. Opposite hand goes underneath the leg, and then your free arm, bring it round as if you were cuddling your shoulder, and then we rotate, reaching behind. Osteoporosis, don't go to end range, just go to where it feels comfortable. But everybody else, I'm expecting you to go further into that twist. And rotate back. Breathing in, we open, we sit tall, we reach. Exhale, return. You can use the hand on that thigh to help pull you up as you open. Bring it back round. Okay, on this next one, we're going to do half. So we're going to open up, hold that position, let the arm float down to the floor. And then if you can keep that lift in your spine without holding onto the thigh, reach away that other arm. So both arms are extended. If that's not working for you, keep hold of the thigh. And then feel that stretch across the arms, across the front of the chest. And release. Okay, from here, we're going to come down onto our fronts. Osteoporosis, if you need to, put the pillow underneath your ribs. So, first of all, cross the palms over one on top of the other, and then rest your forehead down on the backs of the hands. I'm going to keep my head lifted so that you can hear what I'm saying, and I don't muffle the microphone. But I want you all to have your forehead down on the hands. And then just take a moment, feel as though the elbows are widening out to the sides of the room, shoulders sliding down your back. Push your pubic bone gently into the floor to feel the length in the lower back. Stretch through those legs, through those toes, to feel that lengthening through the fronts of the ankles and the legs. And then just working into stretching the front of the chest and mobilizing the upper back. All I want you to do is press the back of the head towards the ceiling, but keep your eyes and nose pointing down. And we lower the head to the hands. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. As you do this, try to make sure you're not shrugging the shoulders to the ears. Keep those shoulders drawing down towards the hips. We inhale to lift and exhale to lower, and then just pause with the head on the back of the hands, making sure that pubic bone is still pressing into the mat. Lengthen and lift the right leg, and lower back down to the floor. Switching to the left, lengthen and lift, and lower down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Now as you're doing this, you're making sure that the pelvis isn't moving, that it is the leg lifting, not the hip. So keep the hips glued to the mat, that the knee is not bending and the leg is straight. On the next one, start to lift the head again. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. So we now have leg and head moving as one, further lengthening the front of the body, gently strengthening the back. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. One more each side. Good. And then either just rest the head down, let the legs relax, give the hips a little wiggle and just stay where you are. Or if you want to go further into this frontline stretch, we come up into what's called the cobra, where you rest up on your elbows with the palms down. You lift up through the crown of the head, you drop the shoulders, you widen the collarbone. If you have stenosis, it's possibly not going to enjoy this on a good day. If you are having a bad day with your stenosis and it's inflamed, definitely don't do this today. Just stay nice and flat. Being flat is actually the best thing you can do. And if anyone has a disc issue or a really sore back and it's uncomfortable in this position, then again, just lay back down and just focus on laying on your front. If you're having a good day spine-wise today and this feels comfortable for you, then stay where you are and just keep widening those shoulders, lifting through the crown of the head, lengthening through those legs, just feeling that lovely stretch on the tummy. And then everybody just come up onto the hands and the knees. And then I'm going to give you a choice depending on how your knees and hips are feeling. So if they're a little cranky today, then just come into a nice cat and lean slightly back. You can do this with the toes tucked under as well. Just get that lovely back stretch. Otherwise, have the toes uncurled, sit back onto your heels and stretch the arms forwards. And just let your head rest down as low as it will go. Keep reaching through those fingertips and feel that lovely stretch into the back. And then when you're ready, walk the hands in and come up to sitting. I hope you enjoyed that and feeling nice and open, feel like it's easier to breathe through the ribs. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care, stay safe.